guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Right.
What's going on, everyone? ANCAP24 here from HuddleGG. In today's video, I want to start a series that I really think you guys are going to like, and it's going to be called Exclusive Plays, where I go through playbooks and find plays that I only found once, right? Something that you guys might not know exists, something that you probably won't come across unless you really deep dive into playbooks that you can add to custom playbooks and or just kind of build schemes around. If you guys like that idea, please go ahead and hit that like button right away. Let me know. If we get 100 likes on this, I'll definitely continue the series, right? This first play is going to be out of the Colts playbook, and it's going to be the gun stack Y-off week, and it's called the RPO Alert Jailbreak. It's only found in this playbook, and this play is really, really successful. I'm going to show you some highlights here. As you can see, it's based upon being able to get the opponent to have to worry about the run, and also the jailbreak screen where you're only sending one player out to go ahead and help. Now, if you put some abilities on these players, it does help. We'll get into that in the video. But you're going to see how the threat of run and pass really makes it tough for them to basically know who to cover, which way to go, how to move the user. It's great against dollar. It's great against any type of send all, cover zero. It's really good against any type of zones that go back and basically try to cover. It really does well against everything. Some's more of a home run, some is not. But you can see through these highlights how great of a play this is. So now let's go ahead and break down exactly how to run this play, the way that I like to, what type of personnel I like to use, and basically when I like to run it, right? So before we get into that, it's the RPO Alert Jailbreak. It's the middle one. Don't get it confused with the one on the left and the one on the right. They all look very similar on the same play call screen. It's the one that only has the left tackle that goes out and blocks it. Now, the jailbreak screen is really, really good on the right, that PA jailbreak screen. But a lot of times, if you only have that in your playbook, you know, when people start seeing people go left, they sprint over there and try to blow it up. The threat of the run by this one with the RPO Alert Jailbreak screen makes the other jailbreak screen so much better because they can't sprint over there. And I'll kind of talk about that as we go, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we'll show you against Spinner. But let's get into how I like to run the personnel. The first thing I like to do is put a player like Gronk or somebody has Vanguard out there, because obviously they're going to have a little bit better opportunity with some blocking, right? So you can put that guy at your tight end over here as well. Either or, you can put an honorary lineman out there, you know, somebody that's going to have a little bit better opportunity to win those impact blocks, right? So that's the first thing. So I have two tight ends here in this formation. I've got the ability to have two wide receivers, and then I've got my running back. Now, if you really want to get toxic with this, you can definitely get a running back that's you know, glowed up like an Edwards, right, Gus the Bus, and then put Flash over here where Ryzen is, because that will give him the opportunity to also be able to catch the ball and break first tackle, right? So you got two X's that are glowing up. That will be very toxic. However, the way I run it is I've got Ryzen who's got grab and go, and then you can also get human joystick on him. So you can have the best ability to kind of maneuver, right? I don't put human joystick on him because I put my AP elsewhere, but I do have grab and go on him right now, which gives him a little bit better opportunities to get the field. And it also gives you the ability to throw the ball accurately every time, something that a lot of people know. We are planning on doing a video on that soon to show you exactly what that is, okay? So now what we're going to do here is we're going to move over our tight end, right? Now, if people are running the pressed version of Spinner, right, with their baseline press, this is usually what they're going to have. And the reason why they would do that, to be honest with you, is they want this guy to be closer. If he doesn't, he's way out there in front of the tight end on stack formations. They want him to be closer, right? A lot of times what you're going to see is that they're going to man up the running back side. They're going to user this guy right here, Singletary, and you're basically good to go. So it's going to look something like this. Now, what you're going to see is that you're going to have a really nice opportunity to move over the tight end and hike it before he settles, so that he gets a little bit of a speed burst outside, catch this ball, get yourself, you know, those blocks. And you can see how, in this case, it wasn't a clean path up. We just took it to the outside. Not a big deal. It happens all the time, where in this type of situation, see how we hike it where he stops? Now, you don't have to do it if you're in some, you know, rules in CFM where you can't do motion blocking. It's not a big deal. But if you can, do it this way, because you can see how he's getting a little bit more of an opportunity to get outside, right? And when he does that, you know, you can see that he passes up that one player, which helps him get down the field. He catches this. And at this point, you know, if I could turn it upfield, I could, right? You can see how I have all that grass up there, but that's where everybody is. I'd rather turn to the outside and catch the ball and get more yards, right? So this is against spinner where they are doing that pressed alignment, right? So here we go again, here's pressed. And if they just do this and they leave this guy out here, he's not a threat. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna baseline press, right? And so that way it gets it a little bit closer. And now we're gonna do again to show one more example of this. And then I'm gonna show you an example of what they try to do to kind of combat it, right? With this guy over, and we're gonna throw it to this X. You can see when I did the highlights, I ended up doing, I was using Michael Vick, and he was a left-handed quarterback. Now I've got Aaron Rodgers. They both work, but definitely a right-handed quarterback is easier when you throw it to the left. Now, what you're gonna see about the run game, this is the fun part, right? The fun part is when you get them all frustrated, and what they're gonna end up doing is, say they're taking this and they say, you know what, this guy goes out, I'm gonna make him cover him, and I'm gonna go over, and as the user, I'm gonna go blow this up. I'm gonna go run over there, I'm gonna go blow it up, right? So I'm gonna man him up on that player so that you can see that, right? When that happens, this is an auto handoff, which basically means you don't have to press anything. You just let them do it. So if you don't throw it, it's going to hand it off. So if you look at this over here, you hike this ball, that guy goes over there. Now you can see here how you're going to have that ability to cut in. That guy actually made a really good play. Usually you're going to have more of an ability to go ahead and have that open. And again, I'll show it to you just so you can kind of see and understand a little bit more kind of how that would work, right? So we'll go ahead and do this, move this guy over. And what you see here is once he gets the hike, see this guy's going to be this. Now we got up the field, and we're going to get you a lot of yards. I can't tell you how against DB Fire 2, against any type of man coverage like this, they are literally going to get dashed on the run. Now, what you see a lot is people back these guys up on spinner. That does change it a little bit. I want to show you, this is basically what you'll see most of the time if you're going against this. And you'll see, something like this again. And it's not the end of the world. It's just not going to be as big of a play. And I'll show you what I mean. Because the guys are coming from a deeper spot. So what you can see here is that we're going to be able to throw it to him. And you can see how a lot of times, this time we're able to get a really nice ability to get around them. But there'll be some times where it's going to be a little bit tougher. And the reason why I say that is that we're meeting them down the field on the block. So sometimes they can kind of take a different path. But you can see the potential still there, right? These guys are off. We let that guy go through. We got the one-on-one, and you can see here, if that safety kind of runs, that top safety kind of runs around his player, then, we have to kind of change our course. But we can see we set him inside, we went outside with it, and we basically go down the field, right? So that's basically how it works against spinner. Let's go against DB Fire 2. Obviously, another popular defense in dollar. We'll do the same thing. And we'll just do this baseline press like this. And you're going to see again, they're going to let that guy go through. That's the best part, right? We're going to let that guy go through. We're going to throw this ball out here. And you can see here how we have that ability again to get some really big yards because we are going against their aggressiveness. If they go ahead and we see that user at all, right, goes over to this side, right? He goes over here. He starts to, run. I'll show you here. I'm going to try to do this with two hands here, or two different controllers here. I go hike this ball. He goes over here. We go like this way. And now you can see how we're going to have that hole in the middle to have a lot of success. And that's really what you're looking for, right? Now, I'm going to show you here what I meant by being toxic, right? I'm going to take Flash out of here. I'm going to put him on the player on the left. And just simply do this, right? Everything's all messed up for me right now to where I can actually have Flash in my lineup twice. So I'll do it, just something's wrong with my practice mode. So this way I'm emulating having two different, running backs within. I'll do, DB Fire 2. And you got this going on, right? You want to get toxic with this. You got two light up, dolls, right? Your Pokemon out there. What you're going to see is that they've got to stop him there, but then Flash also on the outside is going to get that first one free, right? So if they do this, even if they get somebody to you, a lot of times those cornerbacks, I messed up on the time there, aren't going to get you right away. Show you here, move this guy over, hike this ball, and you can see this guy's coming over here. Now I've got the ability to break that first tackle, and I'm going to basically be able to get some big yards. So now, not only do they have to worry about, stopping, that first guy, they got to stop the second guy, and you can see how that could be a headache for somebody who wants to run this as a play that kind of does that, right? So that's kind of how I'm running it right now when it comes to this play against this and kind of doing it, right? Now, the other thing is, if you want to change it up and kind of use it for scheme purposes, you could use this with a formation that we've already taught on our website, which is going to be the tight slots halfback weak, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm I'll start off in the tight slots halfback week. Let me just make sure that I've got my stack here and put it in there. So I got this one right here. I'll just go ahead and put it as the RPO alert jailbreak, right? So say I'm going against DB Fire 2. I'm starting off in this tight slots halfback week, right? I'll call my flood play. And I see, you know what, maybe I have an opportunity to kind of go for this, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go to the left here, and I'm going to call my, and you can see how quick this is, right? And, you know, just say they got this all set up. So now I've got all those pass plays that I've liked, and now I'm going to, you know, mix this in, and now they have to stop both run and pass, right? Now you can see how I have a different player there. I have, you know, Calvin Johnson instead of, you know, my Ryzen, but you can make that, you know, just basically you just swap these two guys when it comes to the starting play to do it. But I just want to kind of just show you that there are possibilities that you can get in and out of formations really, really quick by using this. And that's part of the, you know, the scheming part of things, right? Move this guy over. Say you don't want to move that tight end over and you just want to go really, really quick with it. It's not going to be the end of the world. You can do that. So you can kind of do a quick hike and, you know, make sure that you don't have to move that guy over. Obviously he helps, but it does, you know, give you that opportunity of doing that really, really quickly, right? So that's kind of how I use this play and why I'm having a lot of success with it. Again, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up with the like button if you want to see an exclusive series like this where we break down unique plays and kind of go through the playbooks and kind of give you why we like it and how to use it in your scheme.